Hello, SpeedGaming. Welcome to another match of the Metroid Prime Randomizer Tournament 2025. I'm Jeff Gaines of Games, possibly joined by Drake Foes. We'll see. But today on our match on SpeedGaming 1, we've got Storm versus DuckSM64. Haven't seen Duck play yet, so interested to see how their journey in this tournament's been going and through the randomizer. We'll see how that goes. Sorry about the silence there, trying to multitask the SG setup. We've got our racers underway though, and I'm joined by Mr. Drake Foes. Hello.
Hello, hello. Sorry for the delay. I literally just stepped in the door, checked the tournament tab, and went, "Oh look, there's like 4 Jeff Janes and games commentating this match. How about I join all 4 of them?"
I got spammed by notifications. I was joking with Baja about doing that, and apparently went through. So nice space jump for both.
Launcher, that's also something.
It's been so long since I looked at the tracker. It's hard to find where everything is. Okay, so with space jump, I mean, every racer's gonna love to see that early. Just such a movement advantage throughout the entire game.
Unless your name is Sam, you typically like to play with space jump. So Baja gen the seed, right?
Indeed, indeed.
Okay, I have to catch up on all the deets. I did upper body today.
Yeah, not a lot of deets so far since just getting started here, but both racers are cooking here. They're keeping pace, which is awesome. I was saying before you joined, I'm not familiar with Duck's game, but seems to be pretty confident since Storm's been practicing for quite some time now as well. So
Duck, I was surprised by commentating one of their games early in the tournament. I think the second match of the tournament or something like that. And I was like, I don't know who this dude is, but they're moving, and he was moving. So he's actually seems to be pretty good.
That's great. Quick grab a morph ball for both as we head towards Hive Totem. And Duck making their way to Ruined Shrine first.
No idea what's in alcohol. Nope, no idea. Meanwhile, upper shrine is nothing. Alcove has... Is that Vari, I assume?
I think that was Phazon. Yeah, that's
Phazon.
just a free Phazon suit. Okay, well, no
hints.
Not in
Phazon Mines.
With Space Jump, just gonna be able to skip by Hive Totem. No biggie. Unfortunately, the acid water kind of slowing down our momentum there, so I had to take another run and jump at it. We'll probably have a second chance to peek in Gallery Tunnel here.
Oh, is that some on Rune Nursery? That's a missile Gallery Tunnel?
Yeah.
Is that something on Rune Nursery? I missed it was in Rune Nursery.
As did I.
It kind of looked like it was something. It did not look like a missile Gallery. But has been known to happen. It ends up being a missile anyway.
So Storm opting to go to Frigate Crash Site first. I think I would have liked to see Artifact Temple first, and the wild case that it's Ice Beam, and then you
Yeah.
can climb this room afterwards.
But no, it's just Vario. Prime Logic is boring. But he still doesn't know about the phase-on suit, though.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's a chance like it just points him towards Magmor and he doesn't go back to Chozo for a while. That can happen sometimes where you just bail out of Chozo and you never come back. And that is a concern here for Storm,
Yes.
but
That
very
would definitely
unlikely,
be a
but,
choice. Yeah.
but sometimes it happens. Yeah.
Getting some info on Vault. That is more missiles.
Good to see Volt Edge as well because I missed that earlier. Missiles, of course. I love missiles, Metro Prime.
Okay, and opting to stick around in Chozo. Not a huge priority to go back for artifact hints right now, but need to get them eventually.
No, I know Storm doesn't like to. That's another suit. That's Gravity.
Okay.
In Runefell. Alright, all of our suits available. I know Storm doesn't like to read hints right away. I object to this. I've been convinced that you should read your hints right away. He got kind of not punished for it last time, but one of these days, people will get punished.
Much more concerned about reading hints when you get missiles as the starting item than if you, because just for the fact that it's like, if you have to route to Transport Tunnel B in the bottom of Root Cave first pass, it's like if you don't have space jump and stuff to climb back up, it's a pretty big time sink to just leave that, or like to chase that just for an artifact.
Grapple beam and Gathering Hall. I almost said Grappling Hall.
Could be.
The thing for me is that like if it takes you like 10 seconds to write down like 2 hints, then okay, I guess. You can write them down later because you're gonna run into artifacts surely. But if you have a voice to text, then like you should just read them right away, right? Or if you're fast, or if you memorize them. Wave beam in Upper Water Hall. Okay, unlocks Tower of Light, but kinda. Actually, no, I think it does. I think we have enough missiles for Tower of Light. Definitely, yeah. So we're immediately gonna go for this. I assume Storm saved at the ship, so there's no risk here of us getting screwed. Uh-oh. A little stuck here. There we go.
Just need to slowly inch your way forwards, and it's pretty safe. The tip is just to not panic and press R, and you're generally pretty good.
Always fun to watch this. Artifact Life Giver. And Arbor Chamber. That is for Storm. In the meantime, Duck now returning towards... Yeah, going to Tower of Light. No, I don't believe there's an artifact in Arbor Chamber. It's just... What's vanilla in Arbor Chamber?
Flamethrower.
Missile?
Isn't it? No, yeah, it's just a missile, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just a missile, yeah. Meanwhile, TTB was a powerbomb, we'd like that. And indeed, we're going to Magmor. No wave beam, unfortunately, but we can route this back into Chozo, which is kind of nice about Magmor.
Yeah, having that early power bomb expansion at least means that if we decide to do some farming, we can take this directly to Lava Lake.
Lower Fire Shores dead. Upper Fire Shores, I'm going to pay attention here.
That is a missile.
Missile. Meanwhile, Tower of Light. Good lord, tracking this game is fast. Alright, I'm going to look at Short Tunnel, you look at Tower of Light. Short Tunnel dead. I'm going to grab that though. Interesting, I think we should not do that. Alright, Artifact of Elder. And Tower of Light. Okay, tower chamber. Bombs. Oh boy.
Wow. Yeah, Storm unfortunately gonna be real punished here for leaving Chozo so early.
Yep. Sam is looking at this. Well, okay, of course. Power bombs. Sam's looking at this, feeling vindicated. He is very much a proponent of skipping Magmor even when you get Varia. But, Spider Ball here. That makes routing back to Dynamo really awkward for Duck. Although Duck didn't get into lower Dynamo in the first place, so... yeah. Or Shrine Spider. Indeed, Spider locks gravity. I don't know what that says, since gravity does absolutely nothing for us until thermal and ice beam.
And ice,
so,
yeah.
Gravity is one of those haha funny items in this game. One of quite a few.
So it looks like your prediction of something in Ruin Nursery was right. It's super missiles.
Super missiles, okay. Ooh, okay. Does that change our judgment of going Magmor as Storm here? I don't think it does. I think Magmor routes naturally into Chozo here. I think you should do it. It's just that only having one power bomb here is going to make it kind of sticky. Let's see how much time we lose hunting for a power bomb drop. Duck's still not going for hints. I'm not sure I like that.
We can get lucky in Lava Lake with a power bomb drop, but Triclops Pit is usually pretty good. There's a lot of chances to get something in there, so.
It's just a missile in the tree, and of course we got lucky. Storm has come to become the new Never Punished Man. Get rewarded with a flamethrower. Interesting, the Duck is going all the way back to Waterhall after the bombs.
Yeah, being pretty thorough here.
Yeah, pretty conservative. Not routing hints either. I'm not sure I like that.
Yeah, I mean, with Phazon suit already, it's like, I guess, I mean, we'll get them when we take our next save warp, which I can imagine is coming up probably towards the end of Chozo.
I'm punished. Okay. I guess Duck maybe doesn't want to go back to Chozo until we find Varia. Maybe that's rational. I'm kind of curious. I feel like how important hints are to routing generally. You don't want to get them earlier, but maybe that's just me watching Echoes for the past 6 months, where hints are just Omega Super Dodeca Giga important.
Yeah, I mean, considering you learn how much more you can skip in Echoes, I feel like there's definitely they're more impactful, whereas Prime is just going fast. So routing them in a little bit later is probably better if you can keep your pace up in other areas.
I guess in this case, the counter argument in this case is that you're still going to be doing checks on your way over to hints. You still have the Root Cave area, you still have Frigate Crash Sites, meanwhile Wave Buster in Burn Dome Tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not close to go mode yet, so it's like having the artifact information isn't super critical.
Oh my god, just Powerbomb drops. Like, what is this Echoes, dude? Like, Storm, you already won the Echoes tournament.
Spoilers!
Yeah. If you didn't watch the finals, yeah, I should have actually not done that. My apologies. But if Storm,
there was already an everyone ping, so
yeah, should have been paying attention. Should have watched the tournament match.
Yeah.
You would have known that Jeffrey, in fact, commentated the game, along with Marion.
True.
All right. Ooh, are we grabbing that gravity? Yes, we are. Also, I believe, yeah, you got Phazon, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of forget that.
That's all right. There's a lot happening.
Gonna track.
Plasma beam. Wow. Plasma beam
Okay.
on incinerator drone. Just never leave Chozo. Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items in Chozo. One of them is admittedly Wave Buster. Okay, so 9. But, oh my god. Following the trend of the Aquas tournament where everything is in Aegon, you just go mode into the Aegon.
Don't leave the deserty place.
Yeah. Don't leave the first major area of the game.
Yeah.
Now let's see if Upper Dynamo has something. That might be significant here.
Yeah,
does
for
Storm
sure.
does Storm pick up gravity as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Gravity's-
Missile expansion and furnace slower.
All right.
Meanwhile, Upper Dynamo. Nothing. Alright. Not punched. But Duck still might come back for it, because that Spider Ball is kind of spooky. But this does put ghosts in the logic. Supers plus Spider. Oh boy. That does get spooky. And this was Upper Furnace. But it is something. We're getting it.
Upper furnace. Sorry. Yeah, it looks like we're making an attempt to get that. No spider means gonna have to perform a tricky bomb jump. It looks like ice though.
Alright, checking in, finally. Truth. Jozo Ice.
Life
Life
Grove Tunnel, Tower of Light, Sun Chamber, PCA.
Harbor and PCA. Okay. Was it Life Grove Tunnel or Life Grove?
Life Grove Tunnel.
Okay. Missile was Crossway. I do think we want to grab Chozo Ice. Or excuse me, not Chozo Ice. Sun Chamber on this pass here. I feel like Storm would be wise to go grab those supers in and do that at some point.
Yeah, I mean, especially with yeah, supers and spider. It's like that's a great
just
combo.
available.
Yeah.
You can grab it and never have to come back.
Oh, that's right. Storm doesn't have bombs.
Yeah, wait, where? Whoa.
Bombs are in Elder Chamber.
No, they're Tower Chamber, yeah.
Tower Chamber.
Oh, that's a big deal.
Yeah, that.
Oh, Storm didn't go back, it's just gambling zone.
Yeah.
Ooh, okay. Damn. That is rough. Gonna get punished for it.
That was definitely.
And Duck is gonna naturally route into... naturally route into Fairy Crash side here. Clean up, whatchamacallits, Talon. Anti-chamber dead.
Tried to switch that in there, but very quiet, so.
I'm gonna boost Duck.
It's at 240%, so.
Oh, oh dang. You know, this is a funny thing, I was talking to Storm the other day. Storm is undefeated in tournaments. He has not lost a tournament match yet.
That is an impressive streak to hold on to.
So I will wait. So maybe he's probably gonna surely he's gonna lose a match in this tournament. Surely.
Who
It'd be
knows?
incredible. Their Storm was just like, all right, not only am I now a good mentor or a good Echoes player, I am also the best Prime player.
Also,
How about that?
just looking at the layout, wondering where Marker's mask is in the booth. Why we've got 3 names on the comms now.
Hello, Marker's Mask, wherever you are.
Yeah, no idea why that's the case, but
Immediately checking artifacts based. I agree with this. Jaws of Ice, Life Growth, Sun Chamber, Rubber Chamber, and PCA. Good.
yep. So no X-ray really required if we have practiced our out of bounds techniques.
Indeed. I don't know if you saw this. Virgo uploaded a video of him doing MQB to PCA, and 80 is shockingly fast with his method. Like, it took 70 seconds for him to go out of bounds and get the item. That's faster than fighting OP. And the way he did it was he didn't do any ether jump. He did only ether jumps right at the beginning, but then the rest was standables. Which I did not know about.
Alright, so Storm making their way up Tower of Light. Going to be rewarded with some bombs soon. Duck going to be finding Varia. So, yeah, just kind of trading places here.
Yeah.
Some advantages for Storm with like the gravity and the various and the spider ball.
Yeah.
But I don't think he picked up supers, whereas Duck has those, and you know, Lab Hydras can.
Yeah, he can't. Yeah, because
Yeah.
you have bombs to grab the supers. Grabbing those supers without bombs or boost is rough. There are setups, but it's pretty rough. Yeah, we're just waiting. I guess I can go into the VOD and check what was in upper furnace while we wait. Because I would like to know what was in upper furnace, please. That was an E. Okay, so we wanted an E. Makes sense.
Yeah, first one, you know, it's a pretty important one. Literally just doubling your health.
Missile and crossway.
Alright, so Storm is going to be grabbing those supers soon, and likely taking this into Sun Chamber, I gotta imagine.
Yeah, surely. That's the most organic thing we can do here. Question is, do we go further into Chozo afterwards?
I feel like at this point you gotta start pushing in another direction. Oh, actually, no, you gotta go back for Plasma.
Oh, yeah. Mm.
Yeah.
No, well, I think you do that after plant. I think you actually go Vault 2 and do plant right away. And then
I
you use
suppose.
that as a pathway all the way to Plasma. Yeah. And then maybe back... where do you go? Far Chozo into Save Warp into Fen? You're kind of in the middle of nowhere with Zoid. I guess Far Chozo makes the most sense. And then Save Warp. But we know Ice Beam is definitely not in Chozo. Oh, well... It could be TCA.
Hey, it could be Sun Chamber.
It could be Sun Chamber, TCA. Just looking at the logic in Chozo. Magma Pool, not yet. But... yeah.
Oh, Grapple is in Gathering Hall, so...
Yes, it is logical.
Alright, oh yeah, but we don't have main power bombs yet, so...
Yeah. Why am I missing Train Chamber access from that list? What?
That Oculus almost giving Storm some trouble. As Duck heads into Magmore, does have a power bomb, so able to use that to get another E-tank. Will need to get another drop here to check Upper Fiery Shores.
I would like Duck to take the elevator and go to Sun Chamber. Here, I'd really like and then go to Fen afterwards. I guess you could justify doing this, like going back for the Sun Chamber artifact later when you have ice, so you can clear Farchozo. That also is an option. I don't actually know what the best route here is for Duck specifically. For Storm, I think it's very clear. You grab the plasma, and then after that, you just either bite the bullet and save warp, or maybe go to Magma Pool, or maybe the other options. What would you prefer that Duck do here? Do you continue on to Fen, or do you go back for the Sun Chamber artifact?
I mean, if you're pushing towards like Triclops Pit anyways, I feel like you gotta take the Sun Chamber artifact. It would be different if it was just one check, but since we are getting another check out of it too, where like if the artifact's either on Ghosts or Flagra, then I feel like skipping it is kind of rough here.
After that, do you go on to... does Duck then turn around and go through Lava Lake again back to Fen? Or do we clean up the rest of Training Chamber access, Magma Pool? Do we get Chose out of the way?
I feel like Training Chamber's probably not the play. I mean, like, you're right there. If you leave out the front of Arbor Chamber, you can pick it up, but yeah, it's questionable. Especially because you don't have boost. Like, you'd have to do Training Chamber wall crawl if you're actually finding an item in there, but really all we could find in there is ice, and yeah. I have my doubts. If I was a betting man, I would say ice is not in Training Chamber. It looks like they've opted to turn around and head into Fendrana.
Yep. Okay. Still not sure about it, but makes sense. Did we do? No, we did not. Okay, good. There's the artifact on Ghosts. I missed what was on Flagra.
Missiles.
Meanwhile, TTA is dead. Okay, just in terms of logical cave was dead, I believe. Yes. Room cavern, not logical. Alright, so just a bunch of stuff in Fen, and then we get locked off. So pretty much the entirety of our Fen. Right. And labs. The line lighthouses in logic, chapels in logic. Ice runes, both of them. Canyon, yes. Yeah, everything in front Fen is completely logical. And labs. Looks like Storm might be going to Magma Pool here.
Camera, please. What was that?
Interesting that we're doing this before Farchozo. Before Plasma.
Nothing. If we're going to Plasma and then Farchozo, we don't want to turn around, so.
Power 1 expansion, I missed what was in Ice Rune's East Upper. I'm not gonna get it.
Well, it was an Ice Beam.
Nope, a little flaccid on the dash, but that's fine. We have gravity and Nuffy.
That's certainly an adjective to use for a dash.
That that I learned from Prime Runners, speed runners. I don't know why. Right. They just like describing bad dashes as flaccid, and I'm all for it.
All right, sure.
It's an excellent adjective. I'm pleased with that. It's very dank. Proceeding on further into Chozo, I'm not going to get rewarded for it, but we have to. We need to grab the plasma.
Yeah.
So Duck is definitely ahead here, but we'll see how that artifact works out.
Yeah, thankfully Sun Chamber isn't too far away from like a warp to start, so it's not too bad to get later on. That is our grapple beam for Storm. Wherever that is on the tracker. There we are.
There's also another complication. We'll see if like an item is in, maybe boost is in Frigate Crash Site, or Frigate, excuse me. In which case that gravity would be helpful, but yeah, it seems like Duck is just ahead right now.
Yeah, unfortunately, that having to look for bombs after finding plasma, yeah, is just it's a pretty big time loss there.
The fact that Duck turned immediately around after wave beam was the play here, whereas if Storm lost a bunch of time having to do this twice.
Still plenty of game left, though.
Yep. We need X-ray, so that's the major one. And X-ray could be locked by boost, and boost could be something funky. No idea. And also Life Growth Tunnel, we would like boost. I don't think either player wants to do the HPJ.
I think Storm's been practicing those half-pipe bomb jumps, but I gotta imagine, like, on the hunt for ice, might run into it.
Hopefully.
I mean, we're gonna need ice to get in there anyways, so can't exactly do that early.
And there's no play Storm can make here. It's just pretty linear. Just clear Farchozo, save warp, go to Fen, and just be behind. So up until we find ice is where like it just really depends on where the X-ray is after the ice.
And there's
ice beam.
Okay. Well.
Okay. That was ice turns west. So I think you just do labs and then do you book it straight to mines?
Yeah, I mean, if you are comfortable with the half-pipe bomb jump and the PCA wall crawl, I believe you're in go mode.
Yes.
Could
even do...
Yeah, boost is going to be pretty instrumental for just movement in general. Will save us a lot of time over the course of the run. And X-ray, you know, no idea what if these runners have practiced that little wall crawl, so might end up just being required based on their comfortability.
Yeah, this would be a wonderful seed to just to Thartis skip down to workstation, down to PCA or down to PPC, and then wall crawl. Would be a really, really good seed for that play. And then Life Growth Tunnel, of course, HPJ. But yeah, I just don't know if the players are comfortable with it. Also, we missed a pirate.
Sure did.
There it is. Literally hiding in the corner. I guess the one thing Storm could do here is maybe do the Hall of the Elder's Peak. I don't know if Duck did it. Could do that Supermassive Peak here.
Yeah, I mean, like, the only thing that really helps with, I guess, is if it's boost down there. Because realistically, like, I don't know, this is a rough place to get back to unless we're going specifically for the Life Grove Tunnel artifact.
Duck struggling with the climb. And, Aether? Or is this Hydra? Sorry, this is Hydra. Oopsie, canceling it too early. Never mind.
Okay. Alright, now Duck just has to get schmovin'.
Yep. have to book it.
Yeah.
The entire game is like completely open to us.
Yeah,
So,
that is it's definitely what you like to see. How do we route the rest of this?
I think you clean up labs and then you go straight to mines. Well,
Clean up
okay.
labs,
Yeah, I still think you
drop
still
to
go mines.
mines. You can grab. You could grab Life Grove Tunnel after after PCA. Actually, because if you do the skip, then you can't route back to the save station. So you might have to get creative on how to get up to Life Grove Tunnel. And Stormside looking like they're heading down into Magmor, probably towards Vendrona.
Yeah, just. I mean, he could do something spicy like Humon into reverse starter skip into the rest of Fen. That'd be spicy, but probably unnecessary. Considering that, like, we probably want to go to mines after Fen, so routing it, doing the reverse route is also much more organic, whereas, yeah. Yep, and indeed, standard route. Just a matter of whether or not Duck knows the wall crawl or not, and where we find X-Ray. If it's just on the way, then I think Storm is in big trouble and needs to, like, zoom. Absolutely zoom. But the Sun Chamber artifact is awkward to come back to, so maybe that might play a role here. Still, so Storm is not as behind as it seems. Just go to Sun Chamber. So nice. Knocked off.
Yep.
Bar Fen immediately. Okay, that tells me we are not doing a wall crawl.
Yeah, that is so that could, yeah, that definitely buys Storm some time.
What was that? Is that me? No idea.
Here comes Storm's first dip into Fen. Luckily, the Ice Beam is on our way. Like,
yeah.
There's no missing it. Boost a little bit more. If Storm was feeling confident, they might leave immediately and just beeline it for artifacts. Which,
yeah,
I mean, like, could definitely get them back in this.
Yep.
There's still plenty of ground left for both these racers.
The gravity suit does mean this movement through Farfan is a little slower, but well, imagine if lower gravity is the X-ray and Duck struggles to grab it. We'll see.
Based on their performance so far, I'd hope they'd they'd be able to get over there. But you know, sometimes those little one-off tricks can cause people issues if they're not practiced specifically. That is not something we care about, apparently.
Yeah, pretty straightforward seed so far. You just go into Fen with grab the ice, then you go. But and the X-ray is always spooky. I'm just saying this because we don't have much commentary. We're just waiting. We're just waiting for Duck to not find the X-ray or find the X-ray.
Yeah, the seed is basically solved beyond that.
Yeah.
It's just it's now just a matter of gameplay, really, just your fundamentals. The world's most annoying flicker bats.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad they learned their lesson with vertical rooms. That is the one lesson they learned that I'm happy that they learned. What is that? Power bomb. Okay. Yeah, we still haven't found main PB, so I forgot about that. I'm guessing we do Kumon, and then off to labs, or off to mines, excuse me.
So fun fact about this climb on Stormside, there's a slope there and you can avoid jumping up to the high platform.
Really? Oh.
It saves a tiny fraction of time, but it feels cool, and that's what really
That's
really
why you play
matters.
Prime, dude.
Yeah.
No Mineral Man today on DuckSide. Makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, if we are looking for X-ray and that is it, it will certainly hurt, but come on. Come on.
Yeah, come
What are the
on.
odds?
What are the odds? Let's see how Storm responds once he finds the boost. That'll be really... Oh, no, wait. The boost isn't laps. Okay, Ice Beam, actually. That's the thing. There is a chance that he just goes ooga booga, turns his booty around, goes straight back to Magmore, off to Workstation. Or just does Thunder Skip. Find out now. Oh my god.
Yeah, he's out of here.
I willed it into existence. I have a habit of doing these things. But he's gonna miss out on boost, which is unfortunate. Oh,
Yeah,
save warping.
that's...
Is it faster save warping? I'm not sure.
Gotta double check that they're go mode. Life Grove and PCA. And apparently they have 4 artifacts, so.
Yes.
Sounds good.
I got
Ice Beam.
which was nice, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean that boost ball is going to buy Duck a lot of time, and like just through general movement, and not just that, but like a couple minutes off the Ridley fight alone.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. But at the same time, Storm might... Whoa. Where are we going? Oh, top
Life
of...
Grove?
Life Grove. Okay, Life Grove first. Okay, so we're
Yeah,
doing
Life
the HPJ.
Grove, and then work our way down, I guess.
Yeah, I guess.
Bar skip, lower mines.
Yeah, makes sense. Save is not a comfortable save warp, though. I would imagine you'd want to do it reverse instead, because the save warp is easier. Whereas there's not really a great save warp unless you go all the way to Magmar. Doing this climb, I call this the same climb. I love it. We get some extra checks on the way. Might find X-ray. I imagine he's gonna check whatchamacallits. Ooh, he could. Does he do Hall of Elders and Elder Chamber here? I don't know. Options. I think I would have liked going to PPC instead. But this is also an option.
Not checking ECA. You always gotta check the boombox.
You gotta check the boombox, dude. Always check the boombox. Not even bothering with all the others. Okay. Vent shaft. 20 meme room. Oh, whoa. We're turning around.
Maybe checking this. Oh, yeah, because I think this is the bruh strat of check vent shaft before going to upper mines. So it does appear that we are going for that X-ray.
But then why skip plasma processing? Is plasma processing that slow of a check? I mean, it's slow, but it's not. Okay, ECA.
Yeah, so Duck, I got a video for you afterwards to help you out.
Definitely looking for X-ray at this point. Where is it going to be?
And here's the thing we also have to consider on Storm's side is how long is this going to take?
Yep. Okay, here we go.
'Cause getting out of here is
17
certainly not
seconds.
free.
Oh, we're going further. Okay, interesting. We're going into it. We're not. We're doing an extra check. I feel like we probably would have been better to do this, or skip the artifact first and then come back for it on the way out. Well, storage depot B dead. Oh, bomb was a little low. Final bomb. Get rid of Calvin, and then we boost to the wall. Should be good. Yep, good. Get rid of these dudes, because they can poke us. Nope. Still a bit too low. So that's 1 minute we spent on this trick. Oh, we got it. Nice. Oh, we're going back up. Whoa. Okay. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so I guess Storm is more comfortable doing the HPJ on this side.
Yeah.
And then do the bomb jump. Okay, that makes sense. Good. All right, good. We're through.
Okay. Yeah, that works.
That works. Meanwhile, Elite Research Upper is Nada. Now bar skip. First try? No. Nice. Second try. Or third or something. I don't even know.
Couple tries.
Couple tries, yeah. Meanwhile, lower Elite Research? No. Okay, so Storm's only disadvantage here is the boost ball for Ridley. That's really good. Duck is not without X-ray, and I'm guessing Storm is just booking it to do the MQB wall crawl.
Yeah.
Baja.
Our last artifact is PCA, and
Oh,
unfortunately, if you aren't familiar with the wall crawl, then that means you need X-ray.
I forgot to post in the chat. My apologies.
I think someone else got them well at some point. Yeah, it does mean that Duck is doing a lot of checks in order to find this X-ray, and allowing Storm to cover a lot of ground.
I don't think Storm's even gonna check main core. Yep, we're just gonna crooks. Nice. Yep, we are. Yeah, this screams. We're doing some wall crawling. We're doing some oobing. We're doing some cheating. As the YouTube commenters like to say about speedruns. The YouTube comment section of speedrunning videos is just copy pasta heaven. Highly recommended. So I'm not actually sure who wins this race anymore. This is like getting kind of uncomfortably close. Duck had a major advantage, but not knowing the wall crawl. And also not going to Life Grove. Oof. I don't know. This is going to be close. It really just depends on this wall crawl here. That's missing. Security access A. I imagine Storm is still going to go for some of these checks because they're on the way.
Yeah, I mean, if you can find X-ray, and I mean, doesn't know where Boost is yet, so like.
Yes, we would really like Boost. Not gonna find it, but we really like it.
Yeah.
Boombox has to be the funniest check, though. Like, that's kind of hilarious. Oh, wait. No way. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, we got it.
Alright. So yeah, Duck
oh
still
my
wins.
goodness.
Yeah, unfortunately a little bit longer than we probably would have hoped. Is going to do Life Grove here and then probably work our way back down mines. Allows us to save warp out. Unfortunately still has to do Flagra after that and Ghost, so still a good amount of time, but you know, We're going.
Yep, but
He's
Storm
got
has to
got
do-
boost, so he's gonna be able to hustle through a few more of these rooms a little bit better than Storm.
Why are we... Oh, no, wait. Oh my god, we're doing this wall crawl. Dude, Storm's a game.
Oh, this is a bold one to go for, but
This is bold, and it is faster than going all the way to Lower Mines.
sure it is.
It's actually
is.
faster than even, like, having X-Ray and going through Lower Mines.
It is quite a bit more challenging, though.
Indeed. You gotta do a pretty funky room transition upcoming here. From Vent Shaft back to Elite Control. I believe it's been solved on how to do it, but if I remember, like, I remember when this wall crawl was being used for 21%. To skip the pirate fights in the wave pirate fights. In what's the room? The one outside of Storage Depot A.
Mine security station.
Yes, that one.
So yeah, while it theoretically is faster, if performed optimally, lots of dangers in this route compared to the relatively easier MQB wall crawl.
Yeah. And I believe we jump into the ether. Yep, and then I think we have to force morph or force load this room. Do a setup here. Okay, now we have to transition it. There's a setup here. It looks like we know it. Yep. Nice. Okay. Good stuff, dude. Oh my god. Storm's a gamer. Well, Duck, I believe, got that artifact. Yes.
Yep.
And now we drop down to this
also
door.
has X-ray.
Ooh, he transitioned. No, 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 he's transitioned.
Yeah, gotta go back.
Yeah. I know, drop art. Well, how bad's the RNG here? Pretty bad. I'm not sure if we can transition it from below. Okay, we should be able to get a jump now. Oh, this is... Oh, that's not good. I think we have to jump on the door.
And like we said, it's not over. Duck is moving.
Yeah. Okay, gets on the door. Now transitions. Now we just need to hit a load trigger for PPC. Should be on the pipe here.
Yep.
Right after the debris, I believe. Yes. Turn around and check.
Yep. Easiest thing to do is just shoot in front of you and see if the next room's loaded.
Oops, I missed it. I believe you can also do it from the ether floor as well.
I think that's the first time I've seen that full HUD memo pop up.
There it is. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you can... Now we want to get back on the spider track so we can get on the door. Or, sorry, not spider track, on the warp wall tunnel. Better RNG this time with ether. Okay, jump on the door, transition.
Another tip for Duck: you don't have to do this fight.
Indeed.
Oh, or the puzzle. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Okay.
No. Ah, crap. All right. When you're watching this back, you can just leave.
Yep. Okay, him low trigger. Transition. Good. Now, do we transition back? No. Okay. Oh yeah, you can boost through the ceiling here. That's also an option. if I remember correctly. But Storm doesn't have boost. Okay, so then he's gonna probably line up with a low trigger. There it is. Oh, he's morphing into it. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Yep.
Oh my god. That's a crazy way to do it. Nice.
That's
What
the
a
way
game
I've
we're
seen it
doing.
done. But yeah, that's
I've
good
seen a
one.
few other ways
Alright.
of doing it, but like not that one. I've seen like ceiling warps and stuff, but I've never seen that. That's crazy. And that seems super scary to me because it's like, oh, you just miss a little bit and down you go off the fighting OP without X-ray. Goodbye.
The trigger for fighting OP is kind of like a wall towards the front of the room.
Ah,
It's
okay.
not on the backside, so.
But if you fall, it's over still, isn't it?
Oh yeah, if you fall inbounds, then yeah, it would be over.
Yeah. The classic PPC climb. My favorite thing about this room is that they put a death plane at the bottom to kill the pirates in the phase-on, but they forgot to make the Metroids immune to it. So the first time you exit this, when you normally fight OP, down we go. Not fully down, okay. Is that a Metroid attacks you, dips down to do like its little attack, and just hits the phase-on and explodes. I just love that so much. For those of you wondering why Metroid designed this this room, that's why. Because they just did not make Metroids immune to it. Alright, Storm's off to the end of the game, and we're going to see how long it takes Duck to finish off PPC, then grab the Sun Chamber artifact. Good lord, this is actually going to be... The Storm might actually just body this race all of a sudden.
Yeah. That wall crawl, while a little bit slow in some spots, worked out pretty well, and they're going to be able to, carry that into the final bosses.
It saves a significant amount of time. Like, it really, really do. Even though it was slow, it still saved huge amounts of time.
Yeah, I mean, you also got to remember that like lower mines is probably some of like the least practiced areas for a lot of runners. So like,
Indeed.
skipping some of like the less comfortable movement is good. It's like, it's not like we're going through early Chozo and stuff, and it's all the muscle memory is there. It's like the path through mines is not even if you've got the muscle memory, but it's just difficult. The enemies there are very annoying, and the terrain is pretty unforgiving.
Okay. I wonder if Storm... I think Storm still would have done that strat if he found X-ray in the inquiry. Probably still would have done it because it's just... Yeah, that's significant. Now I want Storm to burn missiles. No way! He got flyby skip! Bruh. Dude is gaming right now. Oh my goodness. Dude, he has an aura around him right now. That's incredible. Meantime, OP, do we get pirate skip? Seems like we have. Nice. Very well done. And the time save. Strat should be 2 missiles, super, and then super. You can also power bomb the final phase if you want. In the meantime, Storm clean up Ridley pretty quickly. I think one more shot and we should be good to go. OP dispense with really quickly and just missile. Where are main PBs, by the way? So I still don't know. Alright, PCA. We're done.
Start 5.
Farfen is clear. Labs is clear. What are we left with? Just Quarantine Cave, Plasma Processing, Elder Chamber, Hall of Elders, Training Chamber, Life Grove, Hats, Biohazard, and Cargo. I believe I missed what was in Training Chamber. I thought... Oh, and actually, check.
Training Chamber was nothing. It was a missile. Still upset people aren't doing the 360 on Ridley.
Oh, you can bully him after that in the questions, dude. I think Storm like clutched this race from the jaws of defeat. Like, that's incredible. Really well done.
That early mishap with the or the bombs into incinerator drone definitely kept up the pace. Big thing is it's not over till it's over, and keeping a level head and keep playing at the best of your abilities, and you can make a comeback.
Absolutely. Unfortunate about the boost wall. We would have liked to have it. It would have saved significant times, but going through labs, I don't even know if like a fast HPJ and Life Growth Tunnel plus like Ridley would make up the labs time. So like maybe even if you somehow like had a hint that said boost was in labs, would you even go for it at that point? I'm not even sure.
Yeah, that's a pretty far out of the way one. If all you need it, if you're comfortable with the half-pipe bomb jump, yeah, then I think you're fine. Just skipping it.
Not even bothering with exoskip. Interesting. I know Storm can do it, but I think he's not quite comfortable with the end. So you're fighting Mr. Krabs. Although I would like Krabby Patty, Mr. Krabs, and as few wave phases as possible, please. In my Krabby Patty. In the meantime, now Duck is doing Stun Chamber.
Unfortunately, it does have to do both phases, so we gotta beat Flagra and then do Ghost afterwards.
You can tell me about that just in case I saw another curious. Straight out of just curiosity. We gotta wait for Mr. Krabs to die anyway.
Yep, pretty standard fight, Gonna do our melee min-ups here so that we don't get trolled too hard by Exo. Standing close to the body and jumping off to the side. Repeatedly get Exo to spam those attacks. Unfortunately, we only got super missiles to chunk out the damage, but still, that's a good amount. Ice Beam does a bunch of damage if we can hit those charge shots. Plasma Beam just does a bunch of damage. It's really just being able to skip those wave phases that are like. Shotgun run by, and unfortunate to get Plasma after Ice, but make do with what we got. And yeah, we'll have to be careful about those plasma orbs because they do a ton of damage. On Duck side, going back for Ghost, we'll be able to pick that last artifact up.
Yeah, and then I'm assuming we're gonna save Lava Lake? Burning Trail? I don't know which one's faster. Gathering Hall or Lava Lake here?
I feel like
nah,
it's almost
sure. Loading. Oh, I don't know
Gathering
what
Hall.
night was. I need Sam to do a timing. It's on his to-do list.
He's got like 1,000 things on that list.
Yeah, I know. So many. The most insufferable thing about Rando is just like all the speedrun. Like if it's a speedrun route, we know it's faster, but you rarely do like a speedrunning route in Rando. So you really don't know. The research has just not been done, and you can never quite tell. Like you'd be surprised. Sometimes a route seems obviously faster, and then you time it, and you're like, "Oh my god, it's 30 seconds slower! Are you kidding me?" So it is actually worth timing. Believe you me.
Getting a good amount of plasma here on this last phase. Missing some of these shots, though, is unfortunate. Hopefully we don't switch.
Sam, you did a 360 after dealing damage to Ridley. Whereas Storm did not, and both Jeff and I are expressing our disapproval. Someone in chat pointed out that you are a culture gamer. Mr. Krabs has been defeated. And now we will be fighting Squidward. It actually saves RTA? I totally believe you, Sam. In some case, wait, you're actually serious?
By what, like reducing lag frames or something by having Ridley off screen?
Please be serious, Sam. Please, yes, please be serious. Explain, please do explain.
0.01 seconds of RTA.
Oh, he's serious about the lag frames. Yes, that's just, oh my god.
Alright, so on to Essence. Storm unfortunately has 0 visors, so is going to be doing this blind.
Shooting
First pool pretty easy to get with cutscene skips.
Okay, slow it down a little bit. That one was a bit too early. Oh, there we go, it worked out.
And yeah, well, Duck is like, you know, entering final bosses, unless we get super Omega trolled by Essence here. Storm's to lose right now.
Storm does get the immediate walk on. So while not maybe dealing the full amount of damage, is getting good damage. Or is getting skips on animations. And now we're just going to be blasting out blue cancels for as much as we can. I don't know how many, probably quite a few.
Yeah, I mean, the damage was pretty low after those first 2 phases, so definitely got to stretch this as far as we can, and even then it might not be enough.
Yeah. I think once this pool starts fading, we just let it rip. Alright, we're gonna go for here. Let's see if it's enough. Oh, not enough. Okay. We're gonna have to wait a little longer. Should be fine though.
Yeah, not the worst thing in the world.
Dude, Storm gamed in this scene, man. Absolutely gamed. Got hard punished for doing Zoid without bombs. To just check what it is and fall behind by quite a bit. And then just did Life Grove Tunnel boostless. And then did, what was it?
Omega Research to PCA.
Omega Research to PCA. And won the race because of it. Absolute gamer, dude.
Getting controlled by Ridley a little bit here, but otherwise a good fight.
Get rid of the Metroid and then find the dude and shoot at him. Alright. Squidward.
Might have to hit him a little bit.
Running a little low on time.
Oh.
No!
Oh!
Dang.
Oh my god, I gotta imagine the heart rate is picking up every time one of these fools goes by.
Alright. Should be good. And GG.
That's it, yeah. GG's for Storm.
Dude, played like a gamer that race, oh my goodness. Hello, Storm. Welcome. GG's well played.
Thanks.
So I think you kind of know what happened. But do you want to take a guess?
What do you mean? Like on what the logic was?
Or just like how the race went? Like when did you fall behind? Were you ahead?
I'm not sure actually.
Yeah, the main
I
thing
think I
that
might have
popped,
found Ice Beam late, but
Ice Beam was a little bit later, but the big thing that set you up or slowed you down early was not finding the wave into the bombs as quickly.
Immediately.
Yeah.
Duck
Finding.
did. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Duck was able to get both of those before heading in Incinerator, and was able to get the Plasma Beam without having to double back. So that gave him a few minutes of lead over you in the early game, at least.
yeah,
Quite a
I
bit, yeah.
suspected. I did suspect our chamber, but I decided to make the Zoid play first, which yeah definitely lost me time since I had to return and get the plasma again.
Yeah.
But then Duck ended up heading through labs after the Ice Beam and picked up Boost in Hydra, and then ended up cleaning up far Fendrana, and then into Upper Mines as they were looking for X-Ray, which was in Main Quarry.
Huh.
Yeah. So you were like, I don't even think it was a couple minutes. It was like maybe 5 minutes. Like it was significant. It was like you were in trouble because you did after you did Sunjammer, you even did Magma Pool, which netted you nothing. Whereas Duck just, as soon as Duck was done with Chozo, or it didn't come back for Sun Chamber, it just booked it, and it was like, oh, we're in big trouble here. And then I was like, there's a possibility here that Storm, after finding ice, just turns around and goes straight to mines. And you kind of did that, except you went to Life Group first. But I
Yeah.
was like, oh my god. And then I totally expected you to do the MQB wall crawl. I did not expect you to do the Omega Research wall crawl. Is that new for you? Did you just learn it, or?
I did learn it. Yeah, it was from Bro made a video on it, and I do think it's faster since you don't have to get all the way to MQB, just straight wall crawl. But it's definitely harder though.
Yeah.
So definitely a bit of nerves while doing it, but it went all right, so I was happy with that.
Dude, you
Yeah,
gamed during this race, man. Like random flyby skip too. I saw that.
Yeah, unfortunately it didn't really pay off since I didn't have boost, but
Yeah. But like we were like really worried you were in trouble, and then just like you got Life Grove in like a minute. Got the wall crawl really quickly. It was like really you clutched this one out. I think it was really well played.
Those big routing decisions and skips definitely caught you back up.
it sounds like the boost and X-ray were like in pre-convenient locations too. Like if I didn't know those wall crawls, I would have definitely continued through labs. So boost was there, and then you just go to mines, and X-ray is just there. So yeah, I didn't expect the items would be in convenient locations. And thankfully, I did execute fast enough on the tricks. That didn't matter too much, I guess.
Yeah. The big issue was just that, like, since Duck came from Fendrana and worked his way up mines, it was just like had to clear a significant portion of mines before finding that main quarry X-ray. If you would have came from Life Grove and then directly into mines, then yeah, it would have been pretty quick.
I feel it was the right play too, because you had an artifact in Life Grove tunnel, so it felt kind of natural to run that way to me. But it kind of makes sense that at the same time, like if you went entirely through labs, made it to the end, like okay, I'm gonna take the elevator to Magma and the PPC. I mean, it makes sense as well. Just unfortunate.
But yeah, how did you feel in the early game though, considering that like, I mean, you did get a spider ball in Varia, like you took the Varia bait basically, and you didn't get rewarded for it at all. Were you worried you were behind at that point, or was that like, oh no, it's fine, just gonna go back to
I wasn't worried. I mean, the reason why I made the Magma play is because I found that Power Bomb expansion in TTB, so I thought, okay, I think I can afford to do this. It's not too bad to do it now. So I didn't feel too bad, but yeah, it wasn't that rewarding, that spider ball. I don't think it really blocked anything in particular. Like, it was just grabbing Rune Fountain, but it's kind of like, who cares about Rune Fountain? I mean, about gravity, so...
Yeah, sorry. Jeff has to step out. Oh, whoa, we're actually low HP in Duck. So yeah, Jeff had to step out, so he's not gonna be here with us anymore. But thank you, Jeff, for commentating with me. In the meantime, Duck might die here. Getting a little low, but he is trying to get the Squidward away from the pool. Oh my god, this is gonna be. Oh, maybe not. Okay, should be good now.
A bit spicy.
And we just want to go to the branch.
Yeah, I do really hate those 50-50s on on the early Varia.
Yeah, it is rough. There's like a trillion things. Oh my god, we might actually die here. Okay, we good.
I think it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Like, when I see
By
the
the way,
scariest
Thermal
thing
was
here
in,
is oh, Thermal. Where was Thermal?
Hall of the Elders, and main PBs were Elder Chamber. So
Yeah, I don't think that was happening, honestly.
yeah.
Maybe like if you go for live growth, if you go towards live growth, turn out a boost and like you're clearing to check if you found X-ray,
Yeah.
and maybe you do Hall of Elders and you found that, but yeah, in my case I was like, yeah, I wasn't gonna take risk. I knew I could pull tricks, so I just went for it. Yeah, I think that will be fun here. Honestly, the scariest is when you have Hunter Metroids. Like, those are bastards. Official Metroids are pretty easily handled.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh. Oh no! Literally 1 HP.
Oh boy.
Somebody dropped some health.
And no health. That's might. Yeah, that's because he has no idea what an Exo is. The essence.
1 HP too. Oh my god.
Thermal is definitely. Thermal is definitely the worst visor to not have on Essence.
Oh no, it doesn't have power bombs. Quickly! Okay. Oh my god. GG.
That was close.
Goodness.
That
Alright.
was spicy.
Dude, you're still undefeated, by the way.
So
Still
far.
undefeated. By the way, Vertigo also made videos on Lower Mines wall crawls. You should check those out as well. Hello, Doc. Welcome. GG's.
GG's.
GG.
That essence was...
That was really close.
oh my god.
I'm surprised I didn't die.
Yeah,
I'm really
we were
surprised.
too. So yeah, just to give you a summary of the seed, you were ahead all the way until Ice Beam, and then like pretty significantly ahead, maybe like something like 5 minutes ahead, maybe even longer. But then Storm found Ice, turned his booty around, and did Life Grove Tunnel without boosts. Then did the wall crawl from Omega Research to PCA, grabbed the artifact, and then yeah, did Ridley without boost and won. That was what happened. Even though you were like pretty much ahead for most of the race, and I think in the end you kind of routed the early game better generally, but like the Varia 50-50 was just, you know, something. Basically what happened with Storm was that he did Incinerator Jordan before Tower Flight and lost a bunch of time. That was what
Makes
happened in the
sense.
early game. Yeah. Yeah, that pretty much sums up the race. But like I think you played really well. It's just yeah, when your opponent knows that wall crawl, it's rough.
I didn't know that wall crawl was a thing, actually. I should learn that.
Yeah. Bruh has a tutorial on it. Vertigo also has a couple videos on some Lower Mines wall crawl. You can also do, you don't have to do the one from Omega Research, you can also do one from MQB. It's a little easier, but also
Makes sense.
yeah. And again, Vertigo has a new video on that as well. I guess the only question is routing. Did you ever consider going to upper mines first to get Life Growth Tunnel out of the way, and then do OP last?
Uh,
Or was it just that the route it routed naturally to go from, because you were in Far Fen looking for X-ray, I assume, and then you went to Central Mines first.
yeah, that was pretty much my idea. I didn't want to risk going all the way down to lower mines just for X-ray to not be there, and
Hmm.
I wanted to do life growth first just in case it was vanilla X-ray. So I
I
did
was
all
mostly
upper
wondering if
mines.
like if instead you wanted to do something um, start from upper mines, like finish Farfen, save warp, and then go from like Overrun Cavern. Was that ever
Oh,
an
makes
idea?
sense. And I didn't really think about that. Maybe that was probably better to do that, but I didn't think about doing that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I don't think either route is like optimal. Like you're gonna have to make a compromise somewhere. But we were curious if that was ever an option in your head. Because Storm brought it up, and we were just like, oh.
But yeah, that was
Um,
never on my mind,
It's
I don't
tricky
think.
when you. It's
go
tricky
ahead,
when you're
Storm.
searching for X-ray.
Yeah.
I think my
But yeah,
biggest error
sorry, go ahead.
was not doing Flagra. If I did Flagra, I probably would have saved a bit of time on not having to re-go to Chozo, but I
I
figured I
agree.
would make the skip Flagra play. But it didn't really work out, unfortunately.
Yeah. That was another thing, like, there was options with Flogger as well. Like, what do you do after Flogger? Do you go back to Magmor? Do you finish off Magma Pool? Because Magma Pool was an option at that point. Do you, like, there was options, like, nothing, like, I think the most disciplined play was to definitely do Ghosts at, like, do Sun Chamber at least, but then after that, it's like, none of your choices are particularly great. It's either a big backtrack to Magmor, or you go to Magma Pool, and then it's a big backtrack all the way to Fen. So like it's not comfortable, but at the very least, yeah, do Sun Chamber. After that, it's more of a coin flip. Was that your concern? Were you just like, oh, this puts me in the middle of no man's land, and I kind of want to find ice sooner rather than later?
Pretty much. I
Okay.
really didn't want to go back there until I at least found Spider, because then I can get more checks along the way. And then I found all the ends I needed, and I'm like, oh, well, that's going to be terrible going all the way back there at the end.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it wasn't on Flagra, so I lost even more time.
Yeah. Spider's Warrior Shrine. Yeah. I would have routed naturally for you as well to go to Lava Lake, all the way back up.
Yeah, it would have been a really nice fight just to
Yeah.
Flagra.
Yeah. It's just that again, Flogger puts you in no man's land. It's like, all right, what do I do now? But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also was curious about that, Storm. Did you consider turning around, or was like Maverick Pool just obvious? Because that did also cost you time in the early game.
At what point?
So after you did Flagra and Ghosts and got the artifact, you did Magma Pool instead of turning around and going to Fen. Was that ever
Yeah.
consideration?
To go to Fen instead? You mean?
No. So you finish. So what you did is you finished Sun Chamber, and then you went to
Yeah.
Magma Pool, grabbed the training chamber stuff, and then I believe you went to
I
Fire
continued
Solar
to keep
Solid.
Shozo after that, yeah.
No, I just mean like, did you ever consider doing Ghosts and then going back down to Lava Lake instead of going to Magma Pool?
No, not really.
Is there any reason why you thought that
Uh,
wasn't good?
I wanted to get rid of the option of Vanilla Ice, and when I already cleared Magmo basically, so I was thinking
Okay.
just go all the way to Anti-Chamber, and so I get rid of the potential
Oh, that's
Vanilla
right. Yeah.
Ice,
Yeah.
and I
For you, it
just
was a
save
little
warp and
different.
I go
Yeah.
straight to Ven.
Yeah. For you, it
I
was a
even
little different.
consider maybe, yeah, I almost consider also maybe go to Qmon. But when I realized, the grapple actually did lock the artifact in Noble Chamber, I thought that grapple probably doesn't really mean anything, so I just went Fen from the front, which worked out since Ice was in Ice Runes West, if I remember right.
Is it beginner logic to cross Fungal Hall B without grapple?
I am not sure.
That also might be what the grapple is for.
Yeah, it could be.
Yeah. Because I believe the R jump there is not that difficult.
Also, I almost thought this could be yet another bombs on Q1C as well.
Yeah.
Because there was that graph. No, actually, I couldn't logically, because when I think about it, Why not good? Because Spider was logical before bombs.
Yes.
So nothing stopped that from happening.
Yeah. That would have been a goofy
I'm
play.
not sure the grapple was locked by bombs. But you could have found
Yes.
wall bombs somewhere, so you don't know.
Yeah.
But definitely, it wasn't a priority, but it was in the back of my head.
I guess go back to the early game. I think the big route divergence in the early game started off with Duck not going back for hints until much later, until I think all the way until Antechamber was clear, I believe, right, Duck?
Yeah, I save warped when I checked Ice Beam, Vanilla Ice Beam location.
Yeah.
I save warped and that's when I checked artifact hints.
Yeah. So that was the first deviation. I'm curious about why you didn't go back for hints. I mean, my natural, I've just been watching the Echoes tournament for like the past, I don't know, 6 months. And it's been, you just grab hints as soon as you can. That's the instinct. So immediately I was thinking grab hints. But in this case, it kind of did make sense to clear Chozo because eventually you're going to come back there. Was that your thought process? Like, oh, hints aren't really that important right away? Or was there some other thought process?
A combination of that, and I didn't want to have to go to Talon and then have to go all the way back to Chozo.
Hmm.
It felt slow to me. I wanted to like do all the checks in Chozo and then go to Talon and hopefully get Varia and then do maybe more from the Talon side. And that was pretty much why I waited for so long. I didn't want to go all the way there and then all the way back.
How about you, Storm? Were you just like Ooga Booga hints? I'm an Echoes player now.
I mean, I usually prefer, like, I don't like leaving early town. Like, as soon as I got missiles and morph, I pretty much always kind of want to do Frigate Crash Site and Artifact Temple and even TTP out of the way. Like, I just don't like to leave them behind. So
Yeah.
I usually go early, like, as early as I can usually back.
Yeah. And then the big other route divergence was going to Tower of Light after Wavebeam instead of Zoid. That was the big one. What was the thought process from both of you guys? Like, starting with you, Duck? Why did you go straight to Tower of Light and then not go to Zoid? Were you just like, oh, I don't want to risk the chance of soft locking and having to reset, or was it more complicated than that?
I don't like to commit to Zoid when I don't have PBs because then it just feels like a waste. Because if you have PBs and bombs in there, at least you have information and you're able to do it again if it's just missiles. But if you do it with the power bombs, you risk a... Can you still hear me? Okay, good.
Yeah.
And you risk having to do it again just for that one check, so you have to do the fight twice. And so that's why I don't really like doing that. If I had PBs, I would do it though.
And I believe that's actually Storm. You had PBs. It was
Yeah,
what
and
TTB,
TTB.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
TTB,
Okay.
yeah,
Was that what convinced you to go to Zoid instead of Tower of Light?
I mean, partly, but I do think it was a mistake either way, because Tower Chamber was in my mind, but I just decided to do Zoid anyway. I do think I should have checked Tower Chamber. Like, I kind of didn't want to have to do a backtrack and then Tower Chamber is nothing and then I come back. But knowing that there was an artifact on TOL anyway, I think I should have gone to Tower Chamber.
Yeah, and especially because the supers would have been on the way to that Sun Chamber artifact.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think in that sense it was the objectively good play.
At the same time, though, there might be a chance I could have then not done Zoid at all, which had Plasma, so...
Yeah, that would have been.
That would have been pretty bad, because like, you get the bombs, and then you might just go on that adventure directly to Fan, and...
Why?
I was locking the Ice Beam in Iceman's West, so it could have been pretty terrible.
Why are people... I gotta sit down in time Zoid, because I feel like people are really love skipping it, and I'm like, you guys, is it really that slow to fight Zoid? Like, is it really like... People act like it's 5 minutes, and I'm like, dude, it's 2 checks. Like, there's no way. It's like... I'm really curious.
Many times when you check it and there's nothing there, then like, if there's nothing there, you gain time by not doing it, you know. But it's definitely a risky...
Yeah, but I feel like people are particularly hateful of Zoid, and I'm not exactly sure why. I'm like, am I just like not calculating how slow it is, or is it something? I don't know. I'm really curious about it. I'll look into it. But...
Again, both, I guess. I guess for the most part, like if you really feel logic is not heading there, then you skip it. But I tend to like doing it in most of the time because yeah, the risk of getting burned badly there is not great.
But yeah, Duck, just to update you on what we're missing. So Hall of the Elders was thermal, and Elder Chamber was main Pvs. That was the only thing that we didn't know about. Yeah. But other than that, I don't have much else to say on the seed. You guys have any final thoughts on the seed?
Not really. I think all has been said.
How about you, Duck? Any final thoughts?
Those artifact placements were very weird to route for me.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with out of bounds stuff?
Not really. I'm really bad at out-of-bounds in Prime because, like, if you fall, you lose so much time because I don't
Yeah.
really know how to back up with the other jumps since I don't understand how the corners work. So in Prime, I'm decent as long as I don't fall.
Okay.
Corner either jumping is it's not the simplest. You need to get a good feeling on how to find a corner.
All right then. Well, I don't think I have anything else. Let's see if we can check this out. Is the bot working? The bot is working. Follow runners. Thanks, Jeff, for commentating with me. He had to step out. Sorry about that. He was, I don't know what's happening with him. Hopefully he was all right. Yeah, that's it. That's it from us. In terms of any further matches, I don't think there's any more matches today. There is one tomorrow. It started at the same. It starts at the same time this one started today. So that's in 22 hours and a half. That's Baja versus Dace, and then after that we have Op versus, I don't know how to pronounce his name, J. It's Sparkle? I don't know. Something J. And then we have about 1 trillion matches coming up. Just check out the schedule. Peter in chat. Thank you all so much for watching. That's from us, and we'll see you next mission. Bye-bye.
See you next mission.
See you.